Hi everyone! So I thought this could be a potential series, brands that were boosted or benefited from social media. It's one part brand origin story and one part beauty community retrospective. It's a combination of things that I'd like to discuss, and I feel like there are some brands that you can't talk about without talking about the beauty communities. And in this case, I'm going to be talking about Sigma Beauty and affiliate marketing. And as this is sort of the first in this potential series, let me know what you think, let me know what you liked and what you didn't like, and if there's any particular things that you would like to see covered. I sort of lightly touched on this when I did my ColourPop video, and maybe a little bit when I talked about the Morphe 35O and the Jaclyn Hill Favorites palettes when I was looking at sort of individual products. So I feel like I've sort of started this a little bit, but I want to explore it further and dive a little deeper. A quick disclaimer, because I feel like this video definitely needs that. I am not discussing or commenting or making any assumptions about people who are currently affiliated with Sigma. This is a look at the past and how things used to be. There are just some angles of Sigma's story that I wanted to talk about from my perspective and from the way that I sort of viewed how they came to be what they are, because I feel like they have a very specific reputation within the beauty community, and I just wanted to discuss that a little bit. But I'm not talking about how things are currently done, and this isn't supposed to be some sort of like critique on affiliates in general. It's really specific to the Sigma case. And to kind of get you in the mood here, we really have to think about things differently, because 2009, which is where we're going back to, 2009 was a very, very different place for the beauty community as a whole. It looked very, very different than what we are used to seeing now. It was a much simpler time. Beauty blogs reigned. You had YouTubers who were doing videos from the floor of their closet or on their couch or sitting on their bed. No one was an influencer in the way that we think of influencers today. It's just really important for this video to remember that the beauty landscape was oh so different. Affiliate codes were such a new concept, if they were even spoken about at all. And even today, it is sometimes a big ask to get affiliate codes and sponsored videos disclosed. But some brands caught on early and they really made it work for them. Sigma brushes, Sigma makeup, Sigma beauty, however you want to refer to them as, was definitely one of those brands. And they rose up and they captivated people's attentions, and for at least one point, they were the must-have brushes. People still talk about Sigma all the time. Their brushes are still very highly praised. There are thousands upon thousands of people talking about Sigma, discussing Sigma, posting about Sigma every single day. So what's the story? So let's go to the Sigma website and see what they have on there about us. So on their website, it says, it all began in 2009 with power couple Dr. Simone Xavier and Renee Xavier Fijo, a molecular bacteriologist and civil engineer respectively. They launched Sigma with just one brush set that instantly captured a cult following and sold out. Since then, an impassioned, over 90% female team has joined together, and we haven't stopped developing new ways to transform your beauty routine. We are listeners and problem solvers working to empower all beauty users' lives. It's what sets our brand apart. We are the sum of our passions, symbolized by the capital Greek letter for our mathematical sum called Sigma. Quality plus function plus innovation. They also include a brief timeline of historical Sigma moments, like the first brush set in 2009, and some of their now patented items like the dry and shape and brush cleaning device. There's also a brief Q&A with the founders, which doesn't really have a whole lot in the way of valuable or interesting information. It's more like one of those like believe in yourselves, follow your dreams kind of things. But Dr. Simone Xavier was a veterinarian. She studied in Brazil before moving to the USA, Minnesota, to do her PhD in infectious diseases in 1999. She was specifically studying bacteria in pigs and became a top researcher as well as a professor at the University of Minnesota. Renee's background is a little looser. Surprisingly, there's no educational background I could find, so Like normally education and prior job experience would be listed on someone's LinkedIn, for example, especially someone who is like a business owner. This is usually pretty common practice. I've come across this a lot when I've been doing my research. Like it's there for Simone, it's not listed for Renee. Like there was nothing listed for his educational background. I did find another Q&A on the Sigma website. This is separate from the founders Q&A. It is specifically Simone answering these questions. And she says, quote, Renee has always had an entrepreneurial spirit. He started a beekeeping business with his brother at the age of 15 before moving on to create and run one of the most successful pizza restaurant franchises in Brazil, Topping Pizza. And his educational background is a degree in civil engineering and a master's of business administration. So Simone and Renee, both being from Brazil, would travel back and forth to visit family. And what they found out is that a lot of the times their family members would ask them to bring certain items home to them because it was so expensive to get it in Brazil. Many items would be ridiculously expensive or just flat out impossible to order because in the early 2000s, there weren't as many options for online shopping just in general, but especially when you're trying to like import something from another country. So in March of 2008, they created a website called Sigma Shopping. And this was a website that was intended to sell American goods to Brazilian customers specifically. So I have a quote from Simone translated into English from Portuguese. I just used the Google Translate function, so I can't speak to the exact accuracy of the translation, but I figure it's probably close. So Sigma Enterprises is the name of our company, and Sigma was the name of my husband's consulting company. Renee is a civil engineer, and as he likes math, he decided to call his consulting company Sigma, which symbolizes sum. This concept applied well to the Sigma shopping website as there were no limits to the products we could send to the customer. I did a search for Sigma businesses that were registered in Minnesota. I found Sigma Enterprises LLC, which was filed in February 24th, 2009. I could find no record of a registered consulting company called Sigma or having Sigma in the name that was at least directly tied to Renee. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I couldn't find one, so it could have been registered out of another place without like an exact name to go on. It can be a little difficult to do some searching because there are so many places where things could be registered, and I was sticking with Minnesota because they're based out of Minnesota. That's where they lived, and that's where they had registered Sigma Enterprises, so it's possible that it was just all under sort of the same sort of umbrella. So Sigma Shopping had a wide variety of product. Renee handled things like technology things, so like cell phones and like Apple products, whereas Simone had the fun stuff. She had the fashion, jewelry, and cosmetics. And cosmetics were really a huge seller for the Sigma Shopping website. Specifically, makeup brushes, and in particular, MAC makeup brushes. So according to Forbes, Brazilian import tariffs were set at 60% along with other state taxes and border fees. And I have another quote from Simone from Forbes magazine, which is, I saw that the price of a US brush set sold in Brazil, or the price that you would be able to purchase it for, was the price of a small car. That to me was insane. So it's clear that the cost to import a lot of these products was truly ridiculous. Renee was, and I'm looking down a lot because I have like a 45-page script and notes in front of me. I just want to make sure that I'm always relaying the information properly, so I'm sorry if I'm looking down a lot, but Renee was allegedly working with painting tools at the time, and he allegedly had the idea to sell their own makeup brushes using his background knowledge of sourcing suppliers and building paintbrushes. Brushes were designed and manufactured in the same style as MAC brushes. So I say allegedly because I'm not sure what Renee's background actually was and how he would have gotten involved with paint supply companies and how that would have come about. I couldn't find any ties to like anything relating to like Renee specifically and Sigma and like paintbrushes. I was doing a lot of digging, couldn't find anything specific. But we do know that Sigma manufactured brushes, and they were eventually even numbered the same as MAC brushes. So for example, they had a SS239 with the SS standing for Sigma Shopping. That would be a match for the MAC 239. Maybe not an exact dupe in some cases, but it would be close. Like, it was definitely intended to be an alternative to the MAC brush. In 2011, when Simone was asked if she would do anything differently, she said, quote, "I wouldn't use the same numbers as MAC brushes." This is again translated from Portuguese. And just a side note, in 2010, Temptalia did a review of Sigma brushes, but this only came after her audience had awarded the brushes with reader awards at the end of 2009. She was hesitant to review the brushes because they seemed like a copycat brand. Simone told Temptalia that the numbers were added due to customer demand, which at first didn't seem to be true because the numbering was evident in and as early as February 2009, for example, but it does seem that when the brushes first launched to their Sigma shopping fan base, they didn't have numbers, and the numbers were added before the brushes were pushed to American consumers. In 2008, though, Sigma shopping was the place for Brazilians to get those hard-to-find items, and specifically cosmetics. Beauty bloggers spoke favorably about the site and recommended it to their audiences. I have a quote from Simone that was shared on one of those websites, and again, it is translated. It says, "I'm happy to know that you like the site, and I would like you to know that I will do my best to make the prices competitive. I reviewed all the values on the website and was able to readjust some of them. Blush, for example, went from 37 to 34. The brush sets went from 87 to 78. Believe me, it is difficult to keep a business safe and profitable. As Marina," that's the beauty blogger, "had already explained in the review," excellent by the way, thanks, "the original value of the product includes several fees such as the purchase fee in Minnesota, 7%, the value of the internal shipping of the site to my home for the specific products of colors that are not available in stores, and the PayPal fee, 5% of the total purchase amount, including shipping to Brazil." Being in Minnesota as well gave Simone a little bit of an advantage because she was really close to the Mall of America, so she would have had a lot of options at an easier disposal. So it was like a good location for that. At the end of 2008, Simone started commenting on Brazilian beauty guru blogs advertising Sigma makeup and brushes and an affiliate program. So affiliate programs were not anywhere near as common as they are now. This is a true testament to the Xaviers. They saw an opportunity to get on the ground floor with influencers, which was definitely not a proven concept. Affiliate programs, if they did exist at this time, were largely undisclosed, although that still seems to be true today. I found a study from 2018 that discovered that less than 2% of YouTubers with affiliate codes disclose properly. So this was a study that sampled the description boxes and general content of more than 500,000 YouTube videos. It's an article called Endorsements on Social Media, an empirical study of affiliate marketing, disclosures on YouTube and Pinterest. And I think this is interesting to note as the study described 3 common ways affiliate links were disclosed if they were at all. So that's why I wanted to touch on sort of disclosures and affiliate marketing, because the most popular disclosure is a general affiliate links may be above, but not actually disclosing what specific links were affiliate, with the second being a click the links to support my channel or some sort of these links help this channel disclosure. And the previously mentioned less than 2%, which is actually 1.82% according to the data to be precise, would be like an actual explanation that, say, for an example, this is an affiliate link and I make a commission based on any sales made, which is actually, according to that article as well, how a proper FTC disclosure is supposed to be. And the most popular disclosure that general some above links may be affiliate was found less than 8% of the time. So clearly people aren't disclosing now. I mean, this is a study, it's not everybody, and it was a large sampling of a lot of different types of content as well, not like specifically beauty, although there was like obviously some beauty content sampled. So it'd be different if you specifically looked at the beauty sphere, but just still looking at 500,000 YouTube videos and the content, and to find that that's such a low number of people who actually disclose it at all in any way. It's a very low percentage, and if that's 2018, imagine what it was like in 2009. I did find some Brazilian blogs and YouTubers who reviewed Sigma shopping brushes in 2008. Marina Smith compared them to MAC brushes, and they do not appear to be labeled at this time, besides with the Sigma identification. I found the Sigma makeup trademark filed by Sigma Enterprises LLC, which listed January 1st, 2009 as the first use anywhere plus first use in commerce date, which doesn't seem to be entirely true, but they did do a little rebranding as well. The first English-speaking YouTube review I found for Sigma brushes, as I mentioned earlier, was from February, so Encore Makeup. This YouTuber hasn't done a video in over 8 years now, but they were a makeup artist. This is an excellent example of what YouTube started out as. It's a professional makeup artist sharing tips. He did a very thorough review of Sigma. He did a first impressions, a wash and dry test, a comparison to MAC, demos on face, demos on eyes. It was many videos, and he was not affiliated from what I can tell. The description box showed a generic sigmamakeup.com link. Sigma Shopping at this time had rebranded to Sigma Makeup, a separate site just to sell brushes, although the Sigma Shopping site was still live at this time as well. I've pulled up images from the Wayback Machine, but Sigma Shopping and sigmamakeup.com both redirect to Sigma Beauty now. So Encore's review was in February, and a month later, in March, there was a review by Makeup by Tiffany D. Makeup by Tiffany D was to Sigma what Jaclyn Hill was to Morphe. So Tiffany's video was a review of the Sigma brushes and how much better they were than MAC brushes. At this time, Sigma was definitely using the same numbering system for their brushes as MAC, and also a word-for-word copy of the description of the brushes on their website and in the pamphlets that came with the brushes. This turned some people off of the brand and made many wary, such as Temptalia. Sigma wasn't long to renumber, and they changed the numbering system entirely mid-2010. There were also rumors at this time that the brushes were private labeled and that MAC had sent a cease and desist, causing the abrupt change in brush numbering, because the change really, they didn't announce it, it happened so quickly. Now, this is mostly from discussions on beauty forums and the comment sections on blogs and videos. Unfortunately, the comments are disabled on Tiffany's first Sigma review. But I found a forum that references Tiffany's video and comments left on the video, and this is a forum known as Spectra. Just a disclaimer, I do reference this a lot throughout this video because this is just a golden thread that's like from 2009 to like 2011, all about Sigma. So it's really interesting to hear or read, I guess, people's perspectives from that actual time. To quote a user from the forum, "My comments in Tiffany's videos were not well received. Like others have said in this thread, the fact that they're using MAC's lettering system is embarrassing. It's like they're trying to trick their customers, in my opinion. Then I went to Tiffany's blog and it's even worse than I thought. Not only are they using the same numbers and names, but they're also using the exact same descriptions for the brushes that MAC is using word for word. And there's a possibility they're made by the same company who make MAC brushes. I can't remember the name of the company, but I have seen their website before, and I believe you can buy directly from them. I know that Inglot's brushes are made by the same company as MAC's, and all their brushes are identical to each other's, yet Inglot's brushes are cheaper. Maybe that's the direct naming system, I don't know. To be honest, who really cares if they're the same name? If they're good, they're good. That's all that should really matter." And Simone reportedly responded to a user directly and said, "The process that these brushes are made is the same as MAC brushes are made, and the bristles are the same. Animals are not harmed during the harvest of the bristles. The bristles are removed and allowed to regrow, as would the coat of a sheep be removed and the hair be used to do sweaters, for example. We will develop a synthetic line very soon. I've had several requests from those that are not comfortable using animal products." I love that this forum exists. I'm sure there were more, but alas, the internet is not always forever. But nevertheless, this video from Tiffany is the video that allegedly caused Sigma to sell out of their stock and have to create a waiting list till they could manufacture more product. This was a glowing review with absolutely zero flaws, and Simone references and credits this video and Tiffany many times, either directly or indirectly whenever questioned about Sigma's success. And the link in Tiffany's description box, affiliate. The click equals with the string of numbers was a unique code, and I can prove it by referencing Sigma's old Blogspot blog. Other examples, we have Xteener, who had an affiliate link, Emily Noel, from Head to Toe. Look at Vintage and Tacky. Compare the link in the YouTube description box from the 2009 video, click equals 1246, with the disclosed affiliate link from a 2011 blog post, click equals 1246. And this, at the beginning, was an affiliate code, not a discount code or a discount link. So sometimes they can be the same thing. So you use somebody's code and you get a percentage off, and then they get a percentage in sales. Sometimes it's just a referral link, so you don't get any discount or anything, but they still get a cut of a commission if you make a purchase. Now, back to Tiffany specifically, I think it's really important to note that she was one of the original beauty YouTubers to be successful. She was known for giving her honest opinion about products, and she was relatable. People didn't doubt or speculate about any alternative motives YouTubers may have had regarding making money because nobody knew that you could. Undisclosed sponsorships happened all of the time. Affiliate codes or links were not disclosed because they didn't have to be. Nobody knew what the rules were. Nobody was checking. Nobody knew how to handle it because it was such a new phenomenon. Even the FTC didn't know how to handle this. They announced stricter guidelines, including the possibility of fines, in 2010. So for this section, I'm referencing an article called The Real Sponsors of Social Media, How Internet Influencers Are Escaping FTC Disclosure Laws, which I found in the Ohio State Business Law Journal. So influencers must disclose an endorsement if there is any material connection between an endorser and an advertiser, because most beauty influencers are compensated for posting onto their social media platforms. The FTC considers this to be a material relationship and it requires disclosure. However, the FTC does not investigate every single YouTube video or every single blog post because it would be impossible to do so. The FTC has imposed unenforceable guidelines and it has acknowledged that fact. However, the main purpose of the FTC guides was not to police the internet and prosecute bloggers who have violated the guidelines, but rather educate bloggers as to the proper practices and their ethical obligations when endorsing products online. Essentially, the FTC expects bloggers and influencers to hold themselves to a high standard and to abide by the rules. The mythology for Sigma grew as more YouTubers favorably reviewed the products, namely in comparison to MAC, and did giveaways. So many giveaways. Sigma would provide product in exchange for giveaways depending on follower count. So this was an incentive program where the chart is divided by blog followers, YouTube subscribers, and Facebook fans. And at this time, people could do video responses to videos, so people were encouraged to talk favorably about Sigma brushes and why they wanted them when they hadn't even tried them. So there was all those sort of video responses floating around, and they were encouraged to leave similar comments on blogs and Facebook posts. There's also the copycat factor, and not about the brushes per se, but about influencers. New channels would copy the popular format of videos. What were the backgrounds like? How did people speak? How did they discuss products? That's why so many people ended up seeming like clones, because they dressed alike, they wore their hair the same way, and they adapted and copied a lot of the same on-camera behaviors. And this is something Sigma really benefited from. As new people created channels hoping to be popular, they mimicked what was already popular. So people were giving glowing reviews of Sigma brushes without having ever held a brush in their hand. They were simply going off of the words of somebody like Tiffany or Blair. So the beauty community has expanded quite drastically since then, but before there weren't as many places for people to go. And the same people who watched and loved the beauty gurus, who many looked at as being a friend, would repeat the same comments on forums and in blogs, encouraging other people to try Sigma. If these influencers liked it, it had to be good. They wouldn't lie to us, right? And don't get it twisted, I'm not saying Sigma doesn't have good brushes or good products, but an image was definitely built around them. Negative reviews were allegedly commented on by Simone herself or other Sigma representatives, and sometimes there would be a pile on. Many negative reviews aren't up. Channels have been long deleted or privated as people have moved along. By 2012, the affiliate program was really well known. It was even sometimes lightly mocked, with people making jokes about how everybody recommends Sigma, and Sigma products and brushes started to appear on overhyped videos. Normally these were like smaller channels. I found a couple of them from way back, but they were just people who were like, I bought this because it was recommended by all these influencers and it's actually not that great. Nothing was ever really very hateful. It was just like, wow, this was really hyped up, and for what? Like, it's not as good as people were saying it was. People started to catch on to glowing positive reviews and giveaways, but it was a badge of honor to be accepted to the affiliate program. It became a status symbol akin to having a Starbucks cup in your video or a Bath and Body Works candle in the background. And honestly, at the beginning, they accepted everyone. I found an interesting article from the Star Tribune, Social Media, a Thing of Beauty, and I want to share the section about the affiliate program. It says, Sigma recently launched a high-tech equivalent of the Avon Lady door-to-door saleswoman. Sigma pays a 10% commission per sales to affiliates who generate sales through Sigma banner ads and links they pasted to their blogs, Facebook pages, Twitter accounts, and YouTube channels. The program, which has attracted 13,000 affiliates around the world, though only 600 people make significant sales, has been a big success, generating an extra $300,000 in revenue a month. Sigma hopes to further expand overseas, which accounts for 60% of its total revenue. The company already works with 40 to 50 foreign wholesalers. Sigma also recently started a program to recruit multilingual people to serve as ambassadors to foreign markets. See, people were applying to the program for the free gift. And they did end up closing applications to the affiliate program for a while, and that just made the demand higher because people always want what they can't have. And another thing I found interesting, like when I was browsing through their old Blogspot blog, they didn't really care if you had or used their product. They recommended that you make informational content instead of reviews, put their banners on your site, use their images and their marketing, and get a commission. They also had another angle to their affiliate program, which was to refer other people to the program. So this was a deal that in addition to your 10%, you would get 1% of the sales that your sub-affiliates made. So if you referred 5 people to sign up for the affiliate program by using your specific link, you would then get a cut of whatever they had generated in sales. It was really encouraging people to try and convince people to make sales and also sign up for the program so that they could get that extra cut of money as well. And then there would be cash bonuses. The more you sold, the more you could get. Bring in a commission of over $5,000 US, get a bonus $1,000. So that means bringing in $50,000 worth of sales for Sigma would get you $6,000. And you'd also be entered into giveaways with every sale, another bonus incentive. And as new influencers rose up, many joined the Sigma affiliate ranks. In 2012, Sigma partnered with a few influencers to create a single palette. This was the Paris palette. So Makeup by Tiffany D was one of these influencers. The others, X-Teener, Dolce Candy 87, X Sparkage, From Head to Toe, Petrolude, and Mac NC40. Some of those names may be familiar. But essentially, Sigma took them all on a trip to Paris, and they created the Paris palette as a group project. So you had shades in the palette like Eiffel, which was a jet black with multicolored sparkles, developed by Makeup by Tiffany D. This was one of the first big trips as well. And a few of those influencers had the undisclosed affiliate links. But the collaboration was another testament to Sigma because they saw that affiliate partnership was working for them and bringing in sales. And they figured, hey, if we have products created by these people, maybe we'll bring in even more sales. And it worked. And it really was one of the first influencer collaborations. Some of the more notable ones that people remember are the It's Judy Time BH Cosmetics collab from 2013 and the Amrezy and Anastasia collab from 2014. But those came after the Sigma. And Sigma in 2012 also partnered with Tiffany individually for the Defining Eyes palette. So they really grabbed this concept and they ran with it. And of course, can't talk about influencer marketing without talking about Jaclyn Hill. I want to talk about just a couple of things that I noticed because her curation brush set really brought a lot of people to Sigma. She really brought a huge audience to Sigma. So I found a couple of little passages from her blog, and her blog seems to be down right now, but I found cached versions. So one of the things she is quoted as saying regarding Sigma is, I get asked all the time what brushes I think are absolutely necessary from Sigma Beauty. First, let me state I have used and loved Sigma since 2009. They are my absolute favorite brushes ever. Even when I worked for MAC, I would whisper to my clients, go buy Sigma, and write down the name of the company. It's so awesome seeing them grow bigger and bigger, and they deserve every ounce of it. But the fact that she would be working for MAC and telling customers to go somewhere else just seems like such a weird thing to admit to doing. But anyway, in 2013, Jaclyn had her first meet and greet, and this was held at the Sigma store in the Mall of America in Minnesota. And she had a little blurb right up on her blog about this event as well, saying, I discovered Sigma brushes in late 2009, which is when I fell in love with the F80, best foundation brush of all time. I've used and spoken about their brushes to clients and on my YouTube channel for years. When they emailed me inviting me to come to their store for a meet and greet, I was screaming in excitement. Let me just say that I have never met such a wonderful, polite, family-oriented company. The owners have such genuine, appreciative hearts. Everyone on their staff is one big family. They all get along and laugh all the time. It was a pleasure being able to meet them. After this experience, I will not only be buying and recommending Sigma for their great products, but also because of the people behind the great products. So Jaclyn had the undisclosed affiliate link as well. Of course, she was one of the top earning affiliates. But the Jaclyn Hill brush set from 2014 brought so many people to Sigma, and people who hadn't purchased from Sigma before were purchasing the Sigma brush set because it was Jaclyn Hill. So these brush sets are collaborations, but they're not really collaborations, they're curations of products that already exist. They're not unique in terms of the brushes themselves. These aren't new brushes. They just already exist within the Sigma line. They are packaged together in a little box with like the influencer's face on it and a card from the influencer explaining why those brushes are chosen. It's a really easy collaboration for Sigma to do and a really easy way for them to make more money because they don't have to do that extra work like developing new products. People are literally just selecting their favorites. And the curation of the brush set is awarded to Sigma's top earning affiliates as well. And it's a smart marketing tactic for a number of reasons. I'd say A, this is for people who have already purchased Sigma recommendations and probably weren't going to purchase anymore because, you know, it's good quality and that 2-year warranty and etc. B, people who were on the fence about buying, but all of the faves from their fave in one bundle makes it easy. And C, people who had absolutely no interest in buying from Sigma, but will buy just to support the creator. This happens all the times with collaborations. People aren't genuinely interested in the product, but they want to support their fave. So it's another easy way to make money. To quote Simone, we love to partner with our affiliates for curated sets. We think it's important for our top affiliates to be able to share their favorites with their audiences. Our goal is to foster a true connection between the influencer and their fans. Influencer marketing is definitely a very important part of growing and maintaining our business, and we continue to find innovative ways to engage our partners. I'm losing my voice a little bit. I apologize. My voice keeps cracking. But these reflections can be seen in like the comments of like a brush set announcement video as well, where people express all of those things in the comments about how they already own those brushes but they'll buy them again, about how they weren't sure what to buy, now they're going to, etc. So it's just such a smart marketing tool that has worked so well for the brand. And just to touch on that 2-year warranty that I mentioned, it sounds like a really like great deal, but honestly, there's been studies that show like 2% of people actually take advantage of warranties. It's at their discretion as well, so they can decide to honor it or not. And truthfully, if you notice some error or some issue with your brush, you're probably going to notice it soon after receiving it. So like basically every company has at least some sort of like return policy within a certain amount of time. If you're using a new brush and the ferrule is loose, or there's problems with it shedding or the bristles or something, you're probably going to notice that really soon. If it's a year down the line, it could be considered normal use or something like that, which they wouldn't cover it for. This is not a whole discussion on the warranty thing. I just don't think it's really that big of a deal as it often seems to be. Sigma ended up doing away with the sub-affiliates. It's difficult to pinpoint, but it seems to be somewhere around 2015. They've changed and revamped their affiliate program so many times. By 2017, they were looking for micro-influencers in particular. Micro-influencers would make them look more organic. As people were catching on to larger channels and their tricks, micro-influencers have more relatability because their audience are smaller and they tend to be loyal. One of the primary strategies that led to Sigma's growth on both its Instagram account and in retail in 2017 was continuing to incorporate diverse, user-generated content sourced from the brand's expansive network of influencers, affiliates, and professional makeup artists. Sigma wanted to reach more people than ever before, and through leveraging its strong affiliate program, shifted its focus to partnering with micro-influencers. As one of the first beauty brands to understand the power of affiliate marketing early on, Sigma grew its affiliate program by more than 3,000 micro-influencers to reach 5,000 members in 2017. This resulted in a 50% increase in quality content within its brand hashtag Sigma Beauty, which the brand frequently leveraged on its most powerful channel, Instagram. So that was from a Shorty Award application they submitted, and also this data that their following grew by 500,000 followers, more than 500,000 followers in 2017. Their user-generated content hit an all-time high and grew by 50% to over 600,000 uses of the hashtag Sigma Beauty hashtag. And other notable Instagram statistics from 2017, the total organic potential impressions in 2017, 11 billion, and total organic interactions, 69.3 million. Perhaps of interest to note, being an affiliate also doesn't automatically mean PR. You get a welcome package. An affiliate is given a discount code and encouraged to make purchases on their own. You can apply for the opportunity to receive product, but this comes with a bunch of guarantees you have to make, like agreeing to a specific timeline, as well as giving a description of what content you would create with those products. You can also be terminated from the program at any time without an explanation, and this could happen after an unfavorable review or mention. But after having to apply for free product and getting chosen to receive it, who's going to be unfavorable? I mean, really. And allegedly, they have staff at Sigma whose job it is to see what people are saying about Sigma at all times. And speaking of Sigma employees, I want to talk a little bit about what I came across on Glassdoor. I was going to spend a lot more time on this, but I don't think I'm going to spend as much time as I was going to. But Glassdoor is a website where current and former employees can anonymously review companies. So these reviews are from people who have or currently work at Sigma, specifically the Minnesota Sigma location. I stumbled on this when I was researching, and wow, the things I read. So there's a lot of comments that in here about how unprofessional the owners have been, about how people have felt really disrespected. So I'll give a few examples, but you can go and read them on Glassdoor. You may have to sign up. I'm not sure if it's just like completely public, but it definitely is all there, and I'll show my screenshots. The owner, Renee, knows we all are passionate and hard workers, but he doesn't care. He literally goes around the office threatening everyone and looking down on all the women that work there. He is such a hothead and overly aggressive when he speaks. The owners are the most degrading, demeaning, hurtful, ignorant people I've ever met. Rene is so money hungry and only likes to hear himself talk. He is abusive to the core. They do not know how to run a company. They know how to drive their employees into depression using scare tactics. The owners have no idea how to run a beauty company or how to motivate or manage people in general. They are borderline abusive, and I don't think they even realize it. The chief executives, owners, they're most self-righteous, narcissistic, greedy people. It would at least offset those traits if they actually knew how to run a business. CEO doesn't care about strategy or vision, only wants to see the dollar signs and could care less how it's achieved. Talks nonsense in circles for hours. CCO adorns herself in Gucci and gold, prancing around the office on her monthly visit. They remotely run the business from their Florida home. So as the saying goes, take these reviews with a grain of salt. However, I have seen people mention similar experiences on places like Twitter and getting dismissed by usually affiliates or their fans, as I feel like people don't really want to speak up and share their experiences. But there were over 20 reviews on Glassdoor relating to Sigma, and about 95% of them were overwhelmingly negative. I shared just a small selection of them. I actually have like 3 pages of them in front of me. I said I was going to spend more time on it, but I just wanted to mention it in passing just because I feel like it's important to get an understanding of what people feel like who work for a company as well, if that information is available, because it does say a lot, in my opinion, about a company. But Sigma really has a reputation built largely on the loyalty, dedication, and honesty of influencers. They were able to come in at such a right time that I feel like they've avoided a lot of the negative discussions. Because like people are really quick to jump on the brands that are very obvious with the affiliate stuff like Morphe, but I feel like Sigma is as well. But because the people who were first promoting Sigma are the people who everybody viewed as friends. They were honest. People didn't know you could make money off of YouTube. People didn't know this could be a job. People didn't know about these affiliate links or these sponsorships. And even if those people aren't trustworthy anymore, they were at one point. And I feel like Sigma's reputation has been able to withstand all that. And like you'll even have people be like, oh, poor Sigma for like what Jaclyn Hill did to them. Which I find really funny because the companies operate really similarly. So it's just funny how people are like feeling bad for one company and not feeling bad for another when the tactics used are exactly the same. But anyway, I just really wanted to have that little discussion about Sigma and affiliate marketing. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. What do you think about Sigma? What do you think about the beauty community in 2009? What were your experiences with it if you were involved in the community at that time? Like I wasn't involved in the YouTube beauty community at all until like maybe 2011 or 2012, maybe somewhere around then. So this was even some stuff that was new to me and stuff that I was unfamiliar with. So I'd love to hear other opinions and other experiences as well. As always, all feedback is greatly appreciated and always welcomed. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if there are other brands, other topics you would like to see me cover. And if you have any other video suggestions, I would love to hear them. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day or a night wherever you are, and I hope we get a chance to chat soon. Bye for now.